Holm is 40. She is a -225 betting favorite tonight.
We go live from the UFC Apex here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the main event of the evening. 5 rounds of action this scheduled in the UFC Bantamweight division. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the executive director is Jeff Mullen with chairman Stephen J. Klubeck. The 3 judges scoring at octagon side, Mike Bell, Derek Clary, and Sal D'Amato. And when the action begins inside the octagon, your referee in charge, Jason Herzog. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. Las Vegas, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Her background, judo and jiu-jitsu. At 5 feet 8 inches tall, she weighed in at the bantamweight limit, 136 pounds. In 14 professional fights, her record stands at 12 victories with 2 defeats, presenting the UFC's #5 ranked bantamweight contender in the world from Manaus, Amazonas, Brazil. Here is Ketlen Vieira! And across the octagon, her opponent fighting out of the red corner. Her background is in kickboxing. Also standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, she weighed in officially 135½ pounds. Her professional record in 19 fights, 14 victories with 5 defeats. She is the UFC's #2 ranked bantamweight contender from Albuquerque, New Mexico. The former UFC bantamweight champion of the world, the preacher's daughter, Holm!
Okay, fighters, got all the rules in the back. There were no final questions from you, Red. No final questions from you, Blue. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Come out ready to fight.
Well, Holly Holm's the betting favorite tonight, but she had a lot of praise for Ketlen Vieira, saying stylistically, this is one of my tougher opponents. She throws with definite intent. And while Holm knows that Vieira is going to, quote, come with all of it, Holly said she is ready for all of it. Holm has had a lot of success in non-title fights. Only woman to beat her in a non-title fight, Valentina Shevchenko, back in 2016. All right, this fight clock is brought to you by Modelo. Ketlen Vieira is in yellow, Holly Holm out of the southpaw stance in blue.
Look for that side kick from Holly Holm to make sure that they're fighting at the range that she's comfortable. A lot of kicks, a lot of explosions into range, then back out to safety.
That's a heavy inside leg kick there from Vieira.
And look for more damaging strikes from Vieira. She tries to sit on her strikes and really damage you with everything she tries to put on you.
Not sure if Izzy Martinez said feint a level change or actually wanted Holly to change levels there.
Seems a little early for a shot now.
Yeah.
But you would imagine it would be calling for a feint.
Good hook! We're going hook side! High hook, honey! High left hook, high right hook here! Spinner, spinner, good
nice
job!
work. Reverse that easily.
Win the underhook battle here, left hand busy, honey!
Good job by Holly Holm. Switching the position, lifting the underhook. That's that wizard kick that most judokas have. We saw it earlier in the night in the fight between
Pilates, right?
Yes.
He was going to it, but he went to it too often. Yeah.
Yep.
Seems like a year ago now.
Right? That was only 9 fights ago, Doug. 10.
Yup, you're good here. You're good here.
Nice head position. 10 fights is.
You're good here, Holita. She's coming wizard kick. Her only score here's the wizard kick here. Yup. Busy frame, busy frame.
Holm with hands clasped behind the body of Ketlen Vieira lands a knee.
And just staying in tight, and notice the right knee inside when Holm closes the distance. She's controlling the pace. She's controlling the space with her head and the posture with her head and body by driving that knee up the middle.
Yeah.
Roberto Tusa calling for more of those elbows out of the Holly Holm corner.
That's what I want to see from here, right? When you have that control, when you have that proper head position, you can get some leverage on those punches, but those short, choppy elbows, as we saw from Chidi Njoku, I mean, that's where you can really do some damage.
Well, you saw Vieira now. She's going to that wizard kick 3 times.
Yep.
And we're in round number 1. And now it feels like Holm has got an idea of what it feels like when she goes. Because the first time she kicked her over, almost finished. Last 2 times she has not even gotten close.
Yeah, we'll see if she can start to counter it as well, right? Because when you go for that wizard kick, you put yourself on 1 foot. And if your opponent times it properly, they just pull you backwards, right? Do you see them in their off balance?
There's a number of takedowns that Holly could go to whenever she's trying to get to that wizard kick from that position.
Left hand, left wrist, left wrist. Left wrist fight, left wrist fight. Good C-clamp, go to the wrist. She's circling left, she's
Holm taking direction right in her corner, under 2 minutes in the round. Nice knee by Vieira there.
And Vieira doesn't seem like she's overly concerned being in this position. She's not urgently trying to escape and get back to space. So she feels pretty comfortable here. But if she wants to get back to the center, she's got to be the one to try and get an underhook. Because right now she's allowed for Holly to hold on to that underhook for the last 2.5 minutes.
Switching over to a single here. Ooh.
Both fighters working and staying active. Not so much as a warning from Jason Herzog. 1 minute now to go in the round. I say it all the time, but some referees have such a quick trigger in these situations.
Yeah, we came to the determination that Felder would have probably broken them up 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
At this
Hey,
point.
that's why I'm not.
Hey, I start booing a referee like Felder, like, boo.
I'd be in there booing myself. No. I kid.
I know. Felder, I've booed on a couple of occasions sitting here when dudes want to wrestle too much. I'm here for a fight, man, not a wrestling match.
Yeah, you get to see plenty of them, right?
Yeah, I want to see dudes fight, women fight.
Vieira's landed some pretty nice knees out of this position.
There it is again.
She kind of got dumped on her head there a little bit.
Yeah, she did. But Holly all over it, like DC talked about. She's aware of it now. She's felt that many times. Four times.
Yeah. All right, round 2 coming up.
Ma'am, you're in your corner. Ma'am, Holly, you're in your corner. Right here. Go.
Ketlen, esse jogo pra gente foi horrível.
This game for us was horrible.
Bota o gelo aí, Giovanni.
What's in my stomach?
Ela já viu que ela trava bem ali.
See,
Então,
she locks you down really
pra
good.
fazer a entrada, tem que entrar e jogar e derrubar. Senão já tem que rodar e sair daí.
Get in there and take her down,
Entendeu?
all right? Otherwise, you're going to stay there all the time.
Entendeu?
Did you get it?
Esquece o que ele tá falando.
Forget
Então,
what he's
olha
saying.
só.
Listen.
Vamos começar a acreditar na tua mão. Jab direto pro
Jab, just jabs. You need to hit her once at least, okay?
Ficou na grade à toa.
You were against the cage for too long, just for nothing, all right?
Ela te virou bem
If
ali,
it's
você
not
deixou.
good, just get out of there. You took it. You took it.
Tá?
All right, next weekend we're off, but then back Saturday, June 4th for a heavyweight showdown. Alexander Volkov taking on Biggie Boy Jairzinho Rozenstruik. And you can watch the main card at a special start time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Prelims beforehand at 1 p.m. That entire card live and exclusively yours on ESPN+. All right, second round here. Ketlen Vieira is in the yellow. Holly Holm is in blue. Andre Pederneiras and company do not want Vieira hanging up, Paul.
No.
Hanging out up against the fence.
No, I mean, it's kind of what we were talking about, where they said this game is horrible for you. She's locking you down really well up against that fence. Can't hang out there. Can't put yourself in that position. Whoa.
Vieira seeing things pretty well here defensively.
Well, she about landed a high kick. Holly was only able to get one arm in front of that kick. So if you're Ketlen, you want to start blasting kicks inside and then maybe going back on top again.
See, that's important for Vieira to take that center of the octagon as soon as they get away from the fence.
Well, you saw her response. Pederneiras said, no, Ketlen. And she broke away from the clinch, right? She was working her way back into that same position.
Strong leg kick there for Holm. And she's able to avoid that counterattack from Vieira.
know, and
a snapping right hand over the top for Vieira as we show you the numbers thus far.
There we go. Here we go.
Now that,
wow.
But there's momentum there,
yep,
DC.
that was not up against the fence where they're hugging. That was her getting her drawn into her and feeding her into her hips.
And that's when those judo throws are really successful, because it's all about momentum.
Look at that, though. Look at how Holly immediately went to the side of the octagon to start trying to get height.
Yeah, she wasted no time trying to work her way back up, trying to get her hips back out. Look, she doesn't give up when she gets some adversity here.
That whizzer, see that whizzer she kept? That whizzer, didn't allow for her to get to her back.
Well, Holm has already experienced more adversity in this fight than in those entire 25 minutes with Irene Aldana.
And Aldana is a very talented young mixed martial artist. But the skill set, she's a boxer. That skill set did not allow for her to compete with Holm. Whereas Ketlen is a very well-rounded mixed martial artist that you guys spoke to when she was walking.
Yeah, she's been beating that drum all week when pundits try to focus on one segment of her game. Certainly unfazed thus far. Pretty decent entry by Holm.
It's a nice double leg entry all the way to the hips. Vieira's doing a really good job of keeping her balance. She's attacking that standing guillotine.
Yeah, it's threatening the choke.
You got a good dump here, Holly. She wants to bring you to the floor. Dump. Where's the dump? Where's the single leg dump? Get it.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
Oh, she's got it.
Oh, wow.
It's tight. Oh, it's tight. She's in trouble.
Ketlen Vieira trying to submit Holly Holm.
That was tight.
Wow.
That was tight.
Holly Holm kept fighting. I mean, geez.
Slight fence grab there. We move on, just over a minute to go.
I didn't see it. I was watching her neck. She got a hold of that fence a little bit, huh? Wow.
I could be wrong, but the fight continues remarkably. Holly Holm survives.
That looked like she was in trouble.
Oh, she was in big trouble. You saw her face? Luckily, it's standing, and there's room to wiggle because there's no hooks in.
Beautiful wrist fight here, huh? There's a lot of room for your matching.
I'm sure we'll take a replay of it if it gets through this second round.
So if you're Holly Holm now, though, you get back to that single, you're very concerned to try to dump her because she showed a very good understanding of going to the butt, dropping her weight, and then going to that choke immediately. So if you're Team Holm, you better be very careful advising that.
What's your right hand doing? What's your right hand doing?
There's the elbows that I was talking about. Beautiful work here. And see how she regains her own wrist control so that Ketlen Vieira can't defend them.
Right.
She's got to do that. And as soon as she tries to break it, Holly just comes up with the up elbow.
She loses nothing when she throws that elbow.
Yep.
But if you are Andre Pederneiras and Giovanni Pineda in the corner of Ketlen Vieira, you have got to like a lot of what you saw in round 2. We will keep it here.
You love the response.
One more time. All right. If you're not letting go like you should, I want you to get a little closer, no mistakes. Let your fucking hands fly. You got it? You got it? She can't keep up your speed. And then fall off the train tracks. You got it? Let that shit go. Easy.
Holly, beautiful job on the wrist. You started opening her up, starting getting to your elbows. Remember, when I shoot to the double, I don't stop. Okay? Even if I put her to the wall, I want to come up to the body and start hand fighting her. That's okay.
Right here, you see Vieira do a really good job of defending his dump and then right away chase the backside. Look, right away chase the neck. I thought it was over. I mean, but Holly's off a bad angle. But, let's see. That's so tight. Looked like she's thinking about choking. Oh, she slipped the left shoulder.
Yeah.
You saw when the left shoulder slipped?
Slid it underneath.
Yep, when she slipped the left shoulder, she was able to defend herself.
All right, round 3 of a possible 5. And it stands to reason that whomever emerges from this one could be next for the winner of Juliana Pena and Amanda Nunes. Holm was a 2-to-1 favorite at close. Not anymore on the live number. Heavy inside leg kick lands for Ketlen.
Oh. That was beautiful by Vieira. She threw that right hand in the middle of that little blitz that Holly throws. Here's the issue for Ketlen Vieira and her team. When they have gotten here, she has not even gotten close to getting away.
No.
Holly has completely controlled this position.
Yeah, and done some good damage with elbows, with punches. She's staying super busy, Holly, when she's in this clinch spot.
All right, under 4 minutes here to go, round 3. Dean Thomas, what are you seeing?
You see, Holly stays in this position because she's got the head pressure. She's winning the head position battle. Ketlen has to be able to address that, move the head off, and then maybe she can get off the fence. But until she addresses that head, she's going to stay here all night long.
And that seatbelt position, right? In wrestling, you call that deep right arm all the way across to the opposite hip a seatbelt. And by grabbing that seatbelt all the way across, the moment Ketlen starts to circle, she's kind of pulls her back in. She needs to address that right arm by redigging her underhook if she wants to circle away.
And really readjust the head position there. And she's constantly fighting for this inside arm position. If you guys are watching, you'll see she's always readjusting, getting wrist control. If she loses wrist control, she gets bicep control.
Yep. Now
and she's urgent about it, which is important.
You hear the corner of Vieira now saying that, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Good side kick.
Two and a half minutes to go in the round.
The one thing that I've always kind of questioned and didn't understand is why so many attack Holly Holm with their hands. She's so evasive. Valentina used kicks to catch up to her. But not many people do it.
You're right. Looked like both fighters landed some pretty significant shots on the inside there.
There she goes. Head position, inside control. Yep, right away.
Don't
wrist
block,
or
yep.
bicep.
Wrist or
bicep.
don't block the bicep, yep.
That was a good knee from Vieira. Ooh, another one.
Even better.
Vieira's landing nice knees here. When she gets space, she drives the knee up the middle, and she scores.
You hear Izzy Martinez calling for hip tosses, double leg takedowns. We'll see if Holm can find an opening in which to do it.
I mean, Pederneiras is fired up.
Yeah.
Look at him. He does not like when they're fighting in this position.
Well, he feels like he's got the winning athlete when they're not here, but almost 8 minutes of clinch control time already for Holly Holm.
I mean, Johnny, we're only 14 minutes into the fight.
And with love to my man Chris Tognoni, I guarantee he would have broken them up at some point in time. And it is what it is.
But like you said, different officials have different ways of officiating the fights, and Jason Herzog is always consistent in that regard, though.
She's got to separate Vieira. And then she engages her own clinch. But there we go, she separates. She's trying to end with a statement here. Oh my goodness, that hurt her.
Look at Pederneiras. I mean, he is saying back away. That right hand might have hurt Holly.
Oh, it did. That landed solid.
All right, 15 minutes down.
Slow down again. Slow down again. Again. And give me one more. no doubt you're on against Cage, Holly. Lots of fakes and feints. Just don't come back on the staring line. That's it, all right? That was your round, all right? We're going to win both next 2 rounds no matter what if we don't finish her. You got it? Keep doing what you want.
Stop accepting her. You need to start hitting her. Right? Do you like being tangled up with her?
Mete a mão na cara dela.
Hit her hard. Right in her face. Forget everything. All right? Believe in your hand. All right? Believe in your hand.
Tá me entendendo?
You get me?
Mete a mão na cara dela.
Put your hand to her face. I don't want anything else. If she tangles up.
Well, right after this main event, don't miss a recap of all the action on the UFC Fight Night post show on ESPN Plus. Dean Thomas and Alan Joban will join Karen Bryan for all the highlights and analysis. Also, Laura has interviews with all the big winners from tonight's card. Post show is only yours on ESPN Plus. And man, I love me some Andre Pederneiras. I mean, he was equally urgent in the Miesha Tate fight, but Daniel believes he's got the athlete who can get a knockout.
Yeah, he does that. He said punch her, hit her hard, stop getting it. He said tangling up with her, but like stop getting into the clinch. He said, do you like this? Believe in your power. Believe in your punches. Let's see if she responds.
And I have written on my notes, you know, believe in your power and your volume. It's been a focus her whole career, right? Yeah. So they've always been urging her to be a little bit more active with those powerful hands.
Well, especially seeing the start of this fight, right? It's been competitive, even if they aren't satisfied with the way that she's fighting. And when has she ever been closer to a title fight? Right? So any opportunity, you got to take it.
Yeah, she does. She just needs to follow up more. When she's landing these right hands, she's stinging Holly. You see her reaction.
Yeah.
But she's not enjoying that.
Holly does not like when she gets
And Vieira doesn't seem to fear the power coming back her way. She's in the best shape of her life. This is a fighter who has missed weight before in the UFC. She's barely breathing heavy. Ooh!
Nice front kick there by Holm.
Yeah, not a ton on it, but got to the target. Certainly more of a reaction when Vieira lands than when Holly does.
Yes.
Yeah, that knocked her mouthpiece in a little bit there.
Nice lower leg attack by Holm.
Straight right to the body there by Ketlen.
Oh, caught her with a left hook, too.
Vieira's got to hit as hard as any bantamweight, I would think.
She's so strong.
3 minutes here to go, round 4. Dean Thomas, what do you got?
I think the big question going into this fight was, how does Hadi look at 40? And I got to tell you, fellas, to me, she looks slower. She's just not getting out of the way like she used to. Even 2 years ago, when she fought Irene Aldana, she was able to get out of the way after her combinations. It doesn't look like she has that same foot speed.
Yeah, I think that's why she's relying on the clinch. Oh! Still got that.
But, Dean, I think that's absolutely a good read by you, certainly juxtaposed against that performance against Irene Aldana in October of 2020.
But with that being said, the biggest moment of the round was her just knocking down. Oh, there it is. Not as Vieira with the right hand. But I do agree with Dean. She does seem a little bit slower. Not by much. But the reality is this is a game of inches.
Ooh. Ah, here she goes. This is what Holly needs to do.
And now we'll see the extent to which Vieira is willing to accept the position.
Oh, there she, I mean, it's her overtimes, but that time she actually was able to get away. But Vieira, because of her judo background, wants to stay in an overtime opposed to redigging an underhook.
That'll get you in trouble with somebody like Holly Holm who wants to hold you there against the fence.
Again, Vieira snapping Holm's head back with that right hand. Under 90 seconds to go in the round. Holm did a nice job defensively there.
I don't know how many times I've seen the commission tell Pederneiras to sit down.
Yeah.
He gets all fired up and stands up. They like tap him on his shoulder. Because we're a minute left in this round, and it's a very competitive round. Very close and hard to score.
So much at stake. 1 minute to go, round 4. Beautiful counterattack by Vieira. Nice kick to the body by Holm.
And when Holly Holm can fight her fight, right? When she can fight this type of fight, where they're out there kind of touching, where they're scoring points, you see her throw up a whole bunch of striking numbers. So at the end of the fight, you don't realize how many she's landed as the opponent. Because like you said, they're not thrown with fighting intent all the time.
She does a really good job of side kicking that lead knee, off balancing you, surprising you with the side kick to the body. It makes you tentative to throw your strikes. Sometimes you get knocked on your butt when you go for a big shot.
Late flurry in round 4 from Holly Holm. Wicked, compelling main event through 20 minutes. 5 to go.
Vai, senta quieto.
Come on, sit down, Captain.
Perdeu o
round. You lost the round. You're not doing anything we tell you to do. For the love of God.
Tu tá aceitando a derrota.
You're accepting the loss. She's got nothing.
Tu tá aceitando a porra da derrota.
You're accepting the damn loss.
Ketlen, 5 minutos.
5 minutes.
Foda-se, vai acabar mal, vai
Screw
acabar
it.
bem. É tua única chance
It doesn't
de
matter if
ganhar,
it ends up well or not. This is your only chance. Either knock her down or...
Essa lenga-lenga não vai perder a luta.
Don't stall like this. I don't want this game. It's 3-0. It's 3-1.
Caralho, meu irmão, eu tô falando pro tu o tempo todo.
I've been telling you all the time.
Porra dessa mão.
Let it loose.
Agora é tudo
It's now
ou nada.
all or nothing. All or nothing. You get me?
Se veio aqui pra
You came here. Did you come here to battle? Did you come here to do some tourism or to hit her?
Ha! He's not messing around.
I mean, I need an Andre Pederneiras alarm clock or a ringtone or something.
Wake up, Ketlen.
But in a lot of respects, I think that's the urging that his athlete needs.
Yeah, man. Because especially if he feels like he has the better athlete. Right? You feel like you have the better athlete, and when you go, you score. He feels like she has accepted. You know, we've seen on many occasions where the coach goes and tries to comfort the athlete.
Oh!
Yeah.
High head kick for Vieira. That got Holm's attention. But even looking over at Pederneiras, he didn't like that, you know, pre-round 5.
Oh!
Spinning elbow now for Vieira lands.
Oh, my goodness.
This guy's got it. Some people got it tied up.
You can count me among them. 5th and final round.
Wow. You think it's 2-2, Paul?
2-2. Some people are saying 2-2.
Wow. Close fight.
That elbow landed flush, by the way. Credit to Holly Holm's chin there.
Front kick to the body's been there all night for Holm.
But even if it is 2-2, and you're Pederneiras, you want to...
No, you let her know exactly. Yes, 100%.
Don't
go out there,
finish
it.
If I just go win this one.
But you don't want to have that regret, right?
No,
you pulled
you
back, oh, maybe you took it a little easier. No, you got to go for a finish. Put a stamp on the fight. She's got to, for Ketlen, she's got to break this clinch, though. And for Holly, this is exactly what she wants right now.
Holly almost like is desperate to get to this clinch.
Yeah, because she's not having, other than the side kicks, which she is doing a good job of landing, the punching and the combinations are coming from Vieira.
On the takedown front, if you care, Holm 0 for 5, Vieira 1 for 6. Oh, it's a nice counter right from the Brazilian. Looked like Holly connected there.
There's just a better way to address this if you're Vieira, not with the overties. Holly here can take 30, 45 seconds until eventually she can close the distance to get tighter to Vieira. I gotta be honest, like, I like the response from Ketlen. Her coach just told her to go hard, she is.
Yeah.
That is a timely front kick to the face, and another one from Holly Holm.
And again, not necessarily hugely damaging shots, but she's scoring points consistently.
And that's 3 right there, under 2.5 now to go.
Ketlen's got to answer at this point if she wants to have a chance of winning. She's got to get something going here.
Oh, beautiful uppercut.
That was a nice uppercut there.
Excuse me, she has caught Holm several times with that on the way in.
And we saw that in the Misha Tate fight as well. Beautiful right uppercut from Vieira.
Beautiful level change there. Great timing on it, getting to the double, taking the single. Now, once again, maybe you're not in the clinch as you were before, but you're right in the position where you have been winning this fight.
Yeah, right back here, fighting for this inside position, fighting for wrist control. And you heard Izzy saying, here she comes. And that's his way, I'm sure, of just letting her know, think about a level change.
And what a strong response from the 40-year-old Holly Holm in the 5th round of a grueling fight. Under 90 seconds now to go.
Because Vieira actually came out with intent. Exactly what her corner asked her to do. And Holly has responded with timely takedown attempts and some good strikes at the absolute right time.
Some numbers there on the strike discrepancy. See some of the work to the lower half by Holly Holm. Less than a minute now to decide our main event.
She might be able to lock her hands here. I can't know. She doesn't have her hands.
She's not trying to. She's still holding on to the opposite side wrist.
I do think fatigue has become a factor for Vieira in this 5th round.
Vieira didn't look tired until the 4th round. She didn't even look fatigued at all.
And that's a huge stuff there by Holly, DC.
Yeah, she looked like she was cruising to that point. And there she tried to get a takedown. And Holly not only defended, but now she has her against the octagon side throwing punches.
Yeah, I think Holly's taking this round away pretty decisively now.
Pretty clear 5th or so, it would appear to us. Octagon side for Holly Holm.
And if this goes on the opposite way from Vieira, there's going to be some disappointment over there.
Yeah.
Because it's an opportunity lost.
Yeah.
Both athletes competed at an exceptionally high level. Holly Holm and Ketlen Vieira go the